Hello everyone, myself Ritesh. I have 5 years of experience into data engineering and data analytics field. My key skills or key expertise are Power BI for reporting purpose, the database that is SQL. I have also have expertise into Azure Cloud, which includes ETL that is Azure Data Factory, ADLS, Logic Apps, and Databricks. I've been working for multiple MNCs since last 5 years. I've worked for retail, I've worked for automobile, and I've also worked for cloud and technological domains. So hello everyone. In last video we learned what is ETL, why ETL, and how does ETL helps us to improve or helps us to enhance the performance of any of the data being pulled from any of the data lakes or data warehouses, which we can further use for any reporting or our own analysis services. So we also learned about Azure Data Factory, which is one of the most widely used ETL tool nowadays. Azure Data Factory is nothing but an end-to-end cloud-based tool developed by Microsoft in their Azure cloud. So going further, what exactly Azure Data Factory is, what all components of Azure Data Factory are, we are going to learn these concepts in this video. Azure Data Factory is nothing but an automation or a movement or transformation of data between various data source or compute services. You can create multiple pipelines that ingest data from different data source. You can build complex ETL processes, or you can build complex ETL logics there with the help of activities which computes the multiple data sources and then store it in any data fact I mean in any of the data mart, or maybe any data lakes, or as per the requirement, maybe a normal database also. So the purpose of data factory is nothing but is to retrieve the data from one or more data sources, convert it into format that you process. The data source might be present in different ways. It might contain images, it might contain any audio files, or it might contain any data, or it might contain millions of records. So in order to filter out, maybe let's take an example. We are trying to pull a data from Azure Data Lake, where we have around 10 different columns, but the data is in terms of millions. So our primary requirement is we need only 5 columns of data which we are primarily focusing, and we only need data for last 5 years. So the data in data lake may be present for complete 15 to 20 years of analysis. So if we want that data for only 5 different columns, and that too for last 5 years, we can use multiple activities there where it performs certain logic operations, and we can pull out the data as per our own requirement. So the basic key components of Azure Data Factory are uh, pipeline, activity, dataset, and link service. So we'll go with pipeline. So what is pipeline? Pipeline is nothing but a logical group of activities that perform a unit of work. So you can define work performed by each of the pipelines in ADF. Data factory might have one or more than one pipelines, and these pipelines can be run manually, or we can run it using a trigger. Trigger is nothing but an automation purpose of pipeline, where we give certain requests in trigger, and as per our request it runs the pipeline. So for example, you might have a copy activity to transform the data from a source data set to destination data set. You can include multiple other activities that transforms the data, or you might combine multiple data coming from a different data sources and then use a copy activity there. So what is activity? Activity is an individual processing step or a task in pipeline. Activity in pipeline defines action to perform on your data. So activity consume or produce data sets. So there's a concept called as data set also. Going further, we will also get what exactly the data sets are. And activity also supports the data movement, transformation, as well as it controls the multiple activities together. Activity can be executed in both sequential as well as parallel manner. So it doesn't mean that if you create an activity, once that activity is completed, then only second activity would start. You can parallelly process multiple activities together with the help of parallel processing pipeline. pipelines. Activity can either be a control flow inside a pipeline, or it could be an external task using a service outside Data Factory. For example, if you might use a copy activity to copy data from one data store to another data store. So there are different kinds of activities. It can be used for data movement. It can be used for data transformation. Transformation is nothing but scaling up or improving the data efficiency or whatever data we are primarily focusing, as well as data control. So data control is nothing but invoking the other pipelines with the help of one set of activity. Invoking, I mean, we can use an activity to call a different set of pipeline together. So nothing but if you in layman terms, if you try to understand, uh, we can call a different pipeline in some other pipeline with the help of activity there. That's the basic data control activity which we call as. So now going further to dataset, it is nothing but a staging area which stores the data. Dataset, it's a representation of data. It represents multiple data structures within the data source. So whenever we try to get a data from any of the data external data sources, the data factory does get that data and store it in our in the staging area. So that is nothing but a data set. It creates a data set there. For example, if you're reading or processing a data from any Azure blob storage, you can create an input data set that uses a blob storage data, and it stores the data in terms of Azure Data Factory. So in order to connect a data set, we need to have a link service. So link service is nothing but it's a type of key service where we give key credentials. So in order to explain it in more layman terms, let's consider we have an Almira. So in order to open that Almira, we use a key. So similar condition we can apply here. Whenever we want to pull in the data from any external data source, we need to have a key there. So there are certain authentications performed, or there are certain authentications applied to that source. In order to authenticate the data, in order to open the data, we need to use a key. So key is nothing but a particular value. So that particular value is given to a linked service. Linked service is nothing but, the name suggests, it links the data from external data source and it stores the data in the data set. That is nothing but a staging area in Azure Data Factory. So link services defines the connection to the data source. It tells us where to find the data. Link services are much like connection strings. In a simple manner, it's a connection string which defines the connection information that is needed for Azure Data Factory to connect any data sources, maybe a source or a destination. Link service is not only related to source. If you also want to save the data in any of the target, you need to have a key of that particular data, or to have a key of that particular database or any of the target sources. So in order to get that key, we create a link service which connects any of the pipeline, and then further we can load that data into targets. So the best example you can hear is link service defines target as well as source data sources from where we need to fetch and where we need to store the data. So the information of link service contains various, as per a requirement we can give a particular key, or else we can give a multi-factor authentication there. So the exact purpose of link service is to represent a data store, to represent a compute service that can host an execution of an activity. If you want to connect any data apart from any external sources to on-premise or maybe any of the cloud related aspects, there the concept of integration runtime comes into picture. So integration runtime, it's in layman terms, it's an enhanced version of link service. Integration runtime provides a bridge between activity and the link service. So if you want to connect any of the cloud related data stores, or if you want to connect any of the on-premise data source, we use this integration runtime. So integration runtime, there are three different types of integration runtime. That is Azure integration runtime, self-hosted integration runtime, and Azure SSIS integration runtime. Integration runtime, a compute environment used by Data Factory where activities can run or get it dispatched from. So in terms Azure integration, Azure IR. Azure Integration Runtime, it's a fully managed serverless compute in Azure. So any data movement or transformation of data is done in the cloud store. There we use the Azure Integration Runtime. Whereas in case of self-hosted, this services manage the activities between cloud and data residing in our private network or on-premise. So whenever we try to get the data from any private network or on-premise, we use self-hosted integration runtime. And the third one, Azure SSIS, it is extensively used for SSIS package, which is comparatively different than Azure Integration Runtime and a normal self-hosted integration runtime. When we started this video, we also read what all triggers are. So triggers are nothing but execution of pipelines. In order to initiate the execution of pipeline, we use triggers. So there are three different type of triggers. One is schedule trigger, one is tumbling window trigger, and one is event based triggers. So these triggers helps us to orchestrate or automate the process of pipeline. So we can either run pipeline manually, or we can, with the help of trigger, we can schedule it whenever we want, or else we can, the concept of event based triggers are whenever any event occurs. Event is nothing but whenever any storage, or whenever we are trying to pull any data, we might indicate or we might get a notification that we are able to get that data. So once that event is captured, it automatically runs or triggers the pipeline. And the last component is data flows. So data flows are nothing but they are special set of activities that allows multiple data engineers to develop a long transformation logic visually without writing any code. I mean, you can transform data into multiple steps using visual editor without having to write any further code or data expressions. So in layman terms, data flow are nothing but special activities which are clubbed together, where use of coding is comparatively less, and we can create a complete end-to-end flow. So though there are two different flows, one is mapping data flows and one is control flow. So mapping data flows, it is used to create and manage graphs of data transformation logic that we can use transform of any size of data. You can build multiple reusable mapping data flows. Whereas in case of control flow, it's an orchestration of pipeline. So it's a process of automation. It helps us to automate the pipeline activities that includes sequence, bracing, defining, branching, as well as pipeline level. So at these are all are performed at a pipeline level. It also includes custom state passing and loop containers. So the last part is benefits of using ADF. So it is enterprise data ready. That is, Azure Data Factory comes with many inbuilt connectors that makes it effortless or seamless to integrate, ingest the data, and we can transform the data as per our requirement. It's a complete code-free transformation. ADF has mapping multiple data flows with UI-based wizard only for creating transformations. You can run code on any Azure compute. I mean, Azure Data Factory has supported multiple compute environments and multiple activities that make task very dispatch and execute very easy within the particular data pipeline, within the set of particular data pipelines. Seamless data operations, ADF make data pipelines operation look like very easy with automated deploy. We can use reusable templates. You can integrate Azure DevOps or any GitHub in order to store, or in order to store the historical data, in order to maintain the history of whatever changes we are making, and who is the owner or who have done changes with the help of GitHub when we connect it to the Azure Data Factory. It supports secure data integration. The Azure Data Factory gives multiple virtual networks to simplify your networking and protect it against many data exfiltrations. You can protect the data within the Azure Data Factory environment.